Hello, and welcome to an intro to Anthro with two humans. I'm human number one, John McCray.
And I'm human number two, John Lehr.
And this is the podcast where we reassess what it means to be human. And the title of this episode is Revenge! Make mine cold and sweet, please. So today, John, we're going to be talking about revenge!
Revenge! That's awesome. What a great topic.
I know, and we'll get to where this topic comes from in a second, but
Okay.
I just want to say revenge, as the saying goes, is a dish that is best served cold.
I never understood that. What does that mean?
Well, apparently
like
it means
blooded. You want to. I don't understand.
it's like food getting cold. In other words, it's always better when you wait a while before you take your revenge.
I see. I never knew that. I never understood. I was always like, best served cold. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like you wait until the person has forgotten about what they did to you.
And that's when you do it.
And that's when you surprise them with it.
God, it's like in The Godfather where they cut that horse off, the head of the horse off and put it in his bed.
Yeah.
Oh, that scene.
I think they had done that like a couple hours later, right?
Oh, really?
After they may have even been doing it while Tom Hagen was having dinner with Waltz.
Yeah. What a great.
But according to BookBrowse.com, that saying, revenge is a dish best served cold, is often attributed to the 18th century French writer Pierre Chauderlot de la Clos, who wrote Dangerous Liaisons.
Oh.
But BookBrowse says that saying doesn't appear anywhere in any of Delaclos' works.
Okay, so who gave him credit for it? Just somebody said it?
Well, they say the saying first appears in 1841 in the work Matilda, Memories of a Young Girl.
Oh.
And it was written by a French author, a man named Marie-Joseph Eugène Sue, S-U-E.
Okay. That's a little creepy.
The original boy named Sue is what I was.
Matilda that's living in the Park Plaza Hotel or whatever, those children's books, is it?
No.
Okay.
This is 1840. It was a serial, like 6 different volumes.
Okay.
But in that book, Eugène Sue actually wrote it as, in French, La vengeance se mange très bien froide, which means.
I love it when you speak French.
Which means revenge is very good eaten cold.
Okay.
Which is a little different.
Yeah. Why is it? I don't get it.
But the BookBrowse also adds that the iteration of the saying, revenge is a dish best served cold.
Yes.
Is often attributed to Dorothy Parker.
Oh.
The American writer.
Yes.
Who was very funny and one of the great smart asses of all time. I think
part of those salons and all that.
Yeah,
crazy.
I think it was the Algonquin Brown Table.
Yes, that's it.
So anyway, this topic, as you had brought up, that is a very good topic.
Very good.
And it comes to us from a listener, our listener Chad.
Chad, thank you. Chad in Washington D.C.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's a very good friend and fan of the show.
I know. And he's been with us from the very beginning.
Yes. He's also from Kansas City. He's a Chiefs fan. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Oh.
I kind of picked that up.
Did you notice that did you know that he was, I think either he got engaged at a Chiefs game, I believe, or a Royals game.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. I know a lot about it. I have a dossier.
You got to make it fast. You got to make it fast and then back to the game.
Yeah.
How could you hear, will you marry me? It's so loud.
No, it was a thing. Like it was planned out in advance. And
oh, really?
Stuff. Yeah, I think so.
But Chad has been a supporter of this show from the very beginning.
Yes.
Is what. And for those of you who follow us on Facebook, you're probably familiar with some of Chad's comments, which are always very funny, very insightful.
Smart.
Yeah, he's very smart. And as you mentioned, he's from Kansas City. So we can slip into Kansas City dialect with him.
Yeah. Refrigerator, cement. insurance, things like that.
It's like, as you mentioned in the comment, it's like Michael Corleone speaking to the Turk in Sicilian. Only
Yeah.
And Chad also has a very interesting resume himself, and
yes, he does.
He's been in charge of communications for a lot of politicians and international organizations.
Yep.
And sometime in the future, I would like to have Chad on this show.
Yes, we have been in talks. Chad and I have been in talks. And he knows that when he's ready, we're ready.
Well, I was thinking, I know people are listening to this saying, like, you guys always say you're going to have somebody on the show.
I know.
And you never do.
We never do. We've got to start having guests. We've got to.
My excuse is, yes, I'm a procrastinator, but I'm also obsessive compulsive. So when I put my mind to it, I will do it eventually. You know what I mean? So
that'd be a great T-shirt.
I'm a procrastinator, but I also
when I put my mind to it, I'll do it eventually. I love that.
It makes for some interesting life choices, I think. But
I know. I've been around. I've witnessed a lot of those life choices.
But sometime we will have Chad on the show. I promise you.
That I believe. Before one of us dies.
I may not know who I am. Chad may have to feed me during the interview. But we will have Chad on this show at some point.
I'll replace you with AI by that time. You'll be replaced. You might even be replaced now and don't know it. You might be an AI program who doesn't know that you're an AI program.
Oh, God, that would be sad.
Why? You're living a great life. What do you care? It's all going great.
It's like the Matrix. I'm too stupid to know that I'm
right. Just go with it.
I'm like just I'm living in a sack somewhere, like a bagworm.
Right.
So,
right. So on a dilaudid drip.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
It does.
So anyway, a few months ago, Chad sent us an email with 2 suggestions for episodes.
Okay.
And the first one was revenge, and the second one was sarcasm.
Oh, and that's a great idea. What a great suggestion.
They're both very good.
Boy, those 2 fit together.
I debated whether or not to like do them separately or to try to combine them in like sarcastic revenge or revenge sarcasm. You know?
No, those are 2 great titles. They are subjects.
Right. And I ultimately decided that to do them justice, Chad, we had to do each one separately.
Yeah.
So we are starting with revenge.
Excellent.
Revenge. So anyway. All right, here we go. And Chad, remember, at some point we'll have you on the show. So try to keep your schedule open for probably the next 30 years.
You think we got 30 years in us? Maybe you do. Wait, the McCray guy's so young. What's the record of males living in the McCrays? What's the record? The longest?
My brother, the 70. You were there for his birthday.
I was there. So record breaking is your record, okay?
Yeah. For McCray males, the women seem to
the women last a long time. The Lehrs are just as bad. Except my Uncle David, out of nowhere, is like into his 80s now and hanging in.
Really?
There. So he's an outlier though. The rest of them, all of them. I mean, generations back. Dead.
You know what I'll do? I'll leave a bunch of questions for Chad in my will.
That's
then Chad will have to fly in, and then you and Chad and my lawyer can do.
We'll plug it. We'll plug your questions into the AI guy. What's interesting is that you're an AI program now, thinking that you're eventually going to die to leave your questions for an AI program of yourself.
I think I have to add paranoia onto like the procrastination and the OCD. So, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
So here we go. I have a couple questions to kind of kick this thing off.
Okay.
For you.
Excellent.
So the first one I'm going to ask is, have you ever wanted to get revenge on somebody?
Yeah, if I'm like in a fantasy mode, You know what I mean? Like, just off my rocker. I'll give you an example. I was in the shower. This was years ago. I think you know this story. I was in the shower and I was pissed off about these executives from a certain studio who had wanted to minimize my role in the project. And I'm in the shower, right? 10 years or 5 years later, maybe, having the argument with them and telling them what I want to tell them, I know this isn't really revenge, but it kind of falls into that. Like I'm getting mine, and all of a sudden I realize I'm naked in the shower talking to nobody.
Yeah.
About
5 years later.
5 years later, I'm a crazy person. And I immediately laughed at myself when that happened. And that laughter like changed it. It immediately, all the anger dropped away. It like totally reset and was kind of led me, on a spiritual path a little bit, this idea of like observing yourself, observing the thinker thinking,
Right.
And it was kind of a breakthrough moment. Not at the time. At the time, I just laughed. But later on, I was like, "Oh my God!" When John is doing these crazy things, like cutting somebody off and whatever, there's another version of me that can be observing that with compassion. That's the key. With compassion.
Yeah.
And so anyway, but so stuff like that, like I'll occasionally think, God, wouldn't it be great to. But not really. I'm not a big revenge person, to be honest.
That would be my next question. Have you ever actually gotten revenge on someone ever in your life?
I don't know. Can you think of anything? I can't think of anything.
No.
Did I ever try to do anything? I mean, you've been around for a lot of it. I never took revenge out on you. That's for sure.
I don't. Well, yeah, or maybe I don't know. Maybe you're still plotting it on me. I don't know.
I wouldn't want you to know. The best revenge is the revenge served cold, real cold, ice cold.
You're still waiting.
I'm still waiting. I don't know. It's not my thing.
Has anyone ever gotten revenge on you? Do you think?
I think so. I think so. But I know. Yes, there's one instance that I'm thinking of that I don't know if it's revenge or not.
Yeah.
But it definitely, I got blowback from this person, and I know that I had not been kind to that person previously in life. So is it possible that they did that? Maybe, but in the end, I kind of deserved it. I mishandled things and I don't know. It's kind of like, oh shit. What's the famous movie, where they're pulling scams on each other? The Sting.
Oh,
Sting. Yeah. The best con is the con that the guy that the mark never knows he was caught.
Right.
So maybe I've had some stuff like that,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. I'm not aware. I'm the same way with revenge. I'm not like a big revenge person. I kind of feel like I'm just hanging on to a log going down the rapids of life. Like I'm barely making it on my own without thinking about taking revenge on somebody.
Well, like I wish for bad things to happen to like politicians and things, I'll get into that space, but I would never act on it in any way. I wouldn't know how.
Yeah. But and I was trying to think of like the play of my life, I'm probably both Iago and Othello. I'm my own Iago to my own Othello. And so if anybody's looking for any graduate students looking for a thesis project, it's the Iago Othello project where I'm like sabotaging and taking revenge on myself.
On yourself.
So, yeah.
Boy, that rings true for me. I'm the worst enemy of myself, Yeah.
Anybody that wants to take revenge on me, you can't do any worse. Just let me go on my own. Let me go on my own.
That's true. That's true. Nobody hates me more than me.
Yeah. You can't hurt me any more than I do. Yeah. That's what I say.
You think I haven't heard that? I told myself that this morning.
I was thinking about I lay in bed at night, and I hate as soon as I wake up, I got to get up and keep my
Yeah.
mind busy because I'll
Yeah.
think about every
Oh,
stupid thing I've ever done in
oh,
my life, everything anybody's ever done to me.
yeah. The
So I
mornings are the worst for me
yeah,
too.
just laying there alone, or not alone, but I mean, just laying there awake in bed. It's like it's driving me crazy. I got
Yeah.
to get
I
up.
got to go get coffee and then drink a cup, then pour another cup, walk the dog, and then by the time I get back, I'm okay.
Are you?
I've made
You're
it
okay?
out of that horrible space.
Yeah,
But I'm with you.
yeah.
Jesus, we're messed up. What should we do?
I don't know.
We should
It was. I keep
We're
thinking this
too old.
podcast will help us work some of this out, but
I
I'm
don't
not so
know. I
sure
think
anymore.
we're lost cause.
We'll ask Chad when Chad comes on the show.
Yeah. Well, you know who he's working for right now, right?
Oh yeah, I know, but
I
save
know.
it because
I
we're
know.
going to
We
have
can't
him
say
on.
it,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
impressive.
yeah. But the reason I asked you about that, John, about if you had ever wanted to take revenge on someone,
Yeah.
and whether you had actually taken revenge on someone, is because these are two important questions when it comes to revenge. Because all of us are capable of feeling wronged and wanting to take revenge on someone. But based on cultural and social conventions, we often think better of it and don't do anything about it.
Yeah, because revenge implies that it's calculated, that you plan in advance to get yours. Being, just reacting to something, like if somebody does something to you and I'm thinking like traffic. If somebody cuts me off
Yeah.
and I'm at my worst and I come up on them real fast or I pass by, there's some stupid thing. That's not really revenge, is it? That's just sort of a response. That's a dumb, violent, response.
It's a retaliation. It's a retaliation.
Yeah. That's not revenge, is it? Revenge is like, I'm going to build you a wall brick by, what's that where the guy builds him the Count of Monte Cristo where isn't that the one where, yeah.
Is it? Or is it? Or Cask of Amantia?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Where he gets back at him years later. And I have no idea. The guy doesn't even know it's him.
I know.
They have dinner together. He gets drunk, and then he gets him down into the wine cellar and bricks him in.
It's like, who are you?
Yeah, and the guy's like, I don't understand.
But there's a difference between culturally between revenge and justice.
Yes.
And usually there's a cultural taboo on revenge, which is seen as irrational.
Right.
And subjective or personal. And justice is seen as objective and logical.
Right. Unemotional.
Right. And you'll often hear people who have been wronged by a crime or by some injustice, and they'll say, I'm not seeking revenge. I'm seeking justice.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to make that because revenge somehow makes you seem like you're crazy, like you're out of control.
Yes.
But basically,
and it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to do it. That's the thing. Revenge is pointless.
Yeah. Yeah. But at the moment, I guess people really feel that, but you don't want to say, I want revenge. Have you ever said, I want revenge on that? It's like, no.
But I'll think vengeful thoughts that I wish on somebody or something or some situation, but I'll never act on it. That's not revenge. Revenge is like you go, yes, this is a good idea, and I'm going to plan it way in advance.
Yeah.
It's really insane.
But I want you to keep that in mind as we go forward.
Okay, got it.
The difference, a couple questions. One, what is the difference between revenge and justice?
Right.
Okay. And two, what constitutes a just or adequate punishment for certain crimes?
Yes. Boy, is that hard.
Okay.
I have friends who, a crime was committed against them. Horrible. And the perpetrator was going to be given the death sentence.
Yeah.
And they went into court and spoke against the death penalty.
Wow.
To the judge. Can you imagine having that kind of? They just didn't believe in it, even if it was. Even if it was against. It was so amazing.
Yeah.
Really.
I don't know if I could do that.
I know.
So
They're remarkable people.
But the thing is, I bring that up is because remember we have the scales of justice.
Yes.
And so when someone does something wrong to us, those scales they're unbalanced. They
Yeah.
like one side goes down.
Well, yeah, if you're rich, you win, and if you're poor, you lose. That's our justice system.
Yeah,
That's what I've seen anyway.
Let's not even use the scales. If you're
Yeah.
But the thing is, if your punishment is too severe, then again, the person who you are getting revenge upon will often feel that they've been they've been wronged.
And where does it stop?
Right. And at that point, then the scales are again out of whack.
Yeah.
And in the article, The Complicated Psychology of Revenge, Eric Jaffe quotes the psychological scientist Mario Goldwitzer, who's explored two possible reasons for revenge. And the first reason is what Goldwitzer calls the comparative suffering theory. And this theory says that, quote, seeing an offender suffer restores an emotional balance of the universe.
Yeah, you see that in films all the time. They get back at, you kidnapped my daughter. Now I'm justified in taking your teeth out one at a time or whatever it is.
I know. But they're trying to, and to me, when he says that I think that's how some people who become fixated on revenge, of like the emotional balance of the universe. Like this isn't just them. Something was done to them that was bad. It was like the entire universe.
This isn't right. Yeah.
Right.
Is out of balance. Okay. Yeah.
Right. And the second theory Goldwitzer discusses is called the understanding hypothesis. And the understanding hypothesis says that it's not enough for the offender to suffer. The offender must also know why they're suffering, and make, quote, a direct connection between the retaliation and the initial behavior.
Oh, Jesus, that's great. Yeah. You know why I'm pulling your teeth out one at a time? I want you to know why. You've got to know why.
Right.
Why is that so important? I mean, but isn't this all just a fool's errand? Like, it's never going to take you home.
I don't know. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, if you look at it objectively, you'll see probably it's not going to make you feel better.
No.
But it's when you're in the midst of it. That's
why we have a system that can step in supposedly and be,
Right.
Yeah.
So to give an example, the comparative suffering, say someone has injured us in a car accident and they later fall from a ladder. We may feel some sort of pleasure knowing that they're suffering the same way we suffer.
Oh, absolutely. Like if you see somebody cut you off on the highway and then you drive down a little bit further and they've been pulled over by a cop, it's the best feeling ever.
Right. You feel like revenge, like there's a pleasure to that. Like they're suffering for doing something wrong to you.
But you're just one notch above an animal, just a beast. It's just so embarrassing, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
it's like.
So in the understanding hypothesis, say someone like injures us in a car.
Okay.
A car accident.
Yes.
And then we may wait years and years until maybe that person's getting married, for example, and they go and they get in their like just married car with the shoes and the canes.
Jesus, you really thought this through. Okay. Wait a minute. Were you my best man? Are you trying to?
No. This is just a hypothetical.
I didn't do anything to you. I didn't hit you with a car.
This is a hypothetical.
Okay. All right. It's got a lot of specifics for hypothetical.
I know.
Okay.
But then you wait. So this is the understanding hypothesis.
Right.
Then you wait, and that's when you ram them with your car. Okay.
Right.
So this is like, in this case, the person knows why. Like when you get out and you say you've rammed, this is why, because you had rammed me 10 years ago.
God, it's so juvenile, isn't it? When you break it down, it's just like, God, we're just disgusting little monkeys. We all hate each other.
To me, we'll get into it a little bit deeper, but this is this is what happened. You want the person who you're taking in the understanding
Yes.
hypothesis, you want the person to look up at you and be like, oh my God, it's you.
Right.
I'm
So
so
in
sorry for what I did.
Cask of the amount, what is it? Cask of
The Amontillado, isn't
the
it? Like,
Amontillado. He never, I don't think he ever knows, does he? Or maybe he is revealed at the end. The guy finally realizes, oh my God, you.
yeah.
So I guess that would be understanding. But if he
Yeah.
bricked him up and never said anything, then it would be just the balance
Right.
theory.
Right.
Okay, got it.
He's suffering the way we had suffered. But the thing is, I think for revenge, for people who are focused on revenge, you want them to know.
Yes.
You want to have that realization of like,
Yes.
oh my God, it's you. But again,
But
like
for
we mentioned,
what? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't give you anything. What we wanted. It's so bizarre.
This is like the you that was outside the shower watching you shower. Say it doesn't give you anything.
It doesn't give you. Yeah.
But think about you in the shower
It
when
felt
that was
good.
happening.
It felt good.
Yeah.
It did. It felt good, but it was pointless.
Yeah.
Because in that case, it wasn't even real. It was just a fantasy. Jesus.
I think a lot of the most of the perceived wrongs we suffered in high school or in the dating scene,
Yeah.
the perceived wrongdoer probably doesn't even remember what they did to us.
Right.
Is what I think most of the time.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And like you say, if they don't remember what they did to us and don't like have that aha moment of like, oh my God, revenge probably isn't going to be very satisfying to you.
Right.
Which is what you're saying.
Right. They're going to go, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
And most of us, and that's probably most of them, because we're so, our own point of view, our own personal point of view is so skewed. Like we're the last people who should be a barometer of how we're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because we're just our own worst enemy and we think all these things and people around us are like, no, I don't see that at all in you. You're,
Yeah. Yeah. But that takes a lot, like you were saying, to be able to step outside yourself and really kind of look at things.
Yeah.
Objectively.
I'm by no means an expert at that. I've had a few opportunities, but it is something I'm fascinated with and have been and interested in. And that's basically what meditation is. Meditation is basically, the practice of kind of going to the gym to build up that ability to observe your thoughts without being a part of them.
Yeah. Woo. That's a
Just
lifelong.
take acid. LSD gets you the same thing. It's only like $8.
Jaffe in his article, he actually quotes Sir Francis Bacon, who said, quote, "A man that studieth revenge," meaning someone who lingers upon or contemplates revenge.
Oh, I know what studieth means.
It keeps his own wounds green. Which
own,
otherwise would heal and do well.
Yes. It's like that person is living that person's living rent free in your head, this person you're angry with, which is so true because most of the time they're not even aware. They have no They don't know.
And it's also what Jaffe was talking about. He's sometimes our obsession with taking revenge on those who have hurt us increases our own suffering. Because we're reliving it all the time.
Rent free in your head.
Yeah. And what we mentioned before, it's like at that point, no matter what revenge we take on them, it's never enough.
Right.
It's never enough.
Never going to satisfy. Ever.
So Mario Goldwitzer actually says, quote, "I think taking revenge has generally a low chance of being successful or satisfying for the avenger."
Right. It's not effective in any way. And yet we are fascinated by it. I mean, so many movies and books are about this, about revenge. The revenge story is huge. And the only way out of revenge, I think, is to, and this is hard to do, but it's to find a place of empathy towards the person that you're angry at. And that's the only way out, is to kind of to be able to get to a place where you're like, you know what, that's the best. They're messed up. My father wronged me. My father wronged me. And, but if you can get to a place of like, you know what? Yes, he did. And it was the worst behavior ever, but that was the best he could do at that moment in his life at that time with the wiring he had.
Yeah.
And then you're free. Then you're free of it. But that's hard to do, man.
It's very hard to do.
That's like
that's easier said than that's like years of therapy trying to get to that point.
And I don't think you ever fully get there. It's like a continuing effort, especially with somebody like a parent.
Yeah, and it comes back.
Yeah,
it will come. You think that you're beyond it, and then something will
come
happen.
Back, and you have to keep working at it. And keep working at it. Jesus.
And Jaffe notes that even though most people know that it's not going to be as satisfying as what we think the revenge is going to be, he says that, quote, revenge has been cited as a factor in 1 in 5 murders that occur in developed countries. And a report from 2002 found that between 1974 and 2000, 3 in 5 school shootings in the United States were driven by vengeance.
Well, I believe it. Yeah. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. You get pushed into a place where you snap.
Yeah.
And like Columbine, I don't know. That kid was like, everybody hated that kid.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would just say, as for someone who's ever in that position, it's not going to be better in prison. I'll tell you that much.
No.
As bad as things are now outside of prison, it's extremely worse.
I've never been to prison, but I've been to jail, and guess what? It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. But I'm just like, I've had really high highs in my life and really low lows. And I just want to say to anybody that's suffering or feeling pain like that, you got it. It goes away. I mean, you get over it, or I don't know what to say. Like, you live through it. But just
if I could say one thing to my younger self, it would be, it's not going to turn out the way you think it is.
Right.
And that's big.
Yeah, that is huge.
It's not going to turn out the way you think it is, and you're going to be surprised. And
but you just have to go. And by not going to prison or like by not doing something that you can't come back from, you can go somewhere else. You can go somewhere else and start over. And once that hiccup is over. So, anyway, Jaffe also notes that another problem with revenge is that while the Avenger is focused on restoring the emotional balance or justice of the universe, the definition of justice varies from person to person.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Right. And he quotes the researcher Arlene Stilwell, who found that, quote, when people were Avengers, they believed their actions had fairly restored equity to the relationship. When they were the recipients of revenge, however, they considered the payback excessive.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked to hear that.
And that's always the way. Like, if you do something bad and somebody does something back to you, then you're like, why? That's too much. That's too
why
much.
I watch. I mean, that's one of the life lessons in NFL football. When they get into fights, it's always the second guy who gets the flag.
I know, that's true. That's true. That's a great example of it. It's like, well, you shouldn't have done it back to him. If you had just let him like slap your helmet, then he would have got the flag. But because you slapped him back.
Yep.
And in the book Payback, The Case for Revenge, Thane Rosenbaum, who's an essayist,
he's sometimes Thane?
Thane, like the Thane, wasn't that like a lower nobleman or something?
Thane.
Thane Rosenbaum, and he's kind of controversial at times, but very smart guy. He says that, quote, justified revenge, meaning moral vengeance, is not possible unless the avenger is able to exercise restraint, has a specific measure of payback in mind, and knows not to take too much.
Yes, that is the ultimate revenge,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You have-
I know you did it. I'm punishing you, but I'm not gonna be you.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, then you're like, fuck.
Just
You're
enough.
right.
Just enough, and then you stop.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
Rosenbaum says that historically, when seeking revenge and retaliation, there was a principle called the lex talionis,
Oh boy.
or the law of Talion,
Hmm.
and that governed how much revenge you could take. And the Encyclopaedia Britannica says that the principle of Talion developed in early Babylonian law and was present in both biblical and early Roman law. And what that lex talionis said is that criminals should receive as punishment precisely those injuries and damages they inflicted upon their victims.
Eye for an eye.
Right, that's what it is. That's
An
the
eye
law
for
of
an eye.
Talion. An
Yeah.
eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Why would
And
tooth
that-
for a tooth? I never understood the tooth for a tooth.
I guess they were so valuable back then.
Somebody. Well, yeah, when you don't have dentistry, losing a tooth is a big deal.
I know. That may be like your last tooth.
Yeah, be like, oh, Jesus.
Your permanent teeth just came in and dropped right out.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
And Lindsay Rowland notes in the article, eye for an eye, or Talion, that while it might seem like the law of Talion is fueling revenge, its intention was actually to limit excessive vengeance and ensure that punishments fit crimes.
Mm-hmm.
So
But boy, it's easy when it's just an eye or just a tooth.
Right.
But when it gets complicated, then things get weird.
Oh yeah. And it's got to be eye for, it's not like a set of balls for an eye, or like,
Right.
you know.
Right. Would you give up your balls to keep your eye? Which would you give up?
Oh God. That's tough.
Not for me. I'd cut the balls.
Really?
I'd give the balls.
Really?
I gotta see.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen enough, but I don't know what else.
Well, wait a
I'm
minute.
not-
Is it just one eye for both balls? In that case, I would lose the eye. I don't need the binocular vision that much.
I feel like I'm done with my eyes. I don't need my eyes anymore.
Listen,
but my balls,
you're
I
done
still.
with really? Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. God damn it. Me neither. We're both hanging in there.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? There aren't many of us out there.
I'm a procrastinator, but I'm obsessive compulsive.
Bless
But Rosenbaum also notes that according to the law of Talion, if someone wronged you, you were obligated to seek revenge on them to settle that debt.
Mm.
And Rosenbaum says that in societies where the lex talionis applied, it was considered morally repugnant not to satisfy a debt.
I see. So if you forgive them, you're not letting them off the hook. They don't get a chance to pay the price for their mistake and do their time.
Right, because you're trying to maintain social order through this. And so they wronged you, and that upset the social order. Therefore, to get it back into balance, you have to take revenge upon them.
Because it isn't that like the idea that it's deterrence, that other people will see that happens.
Right.
See what happens when you take an eye? You lose your eye.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking about, remember in The Princess Bride, when Mandy Patinkin's character says, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die."
Yeah.
I mean, that's the lex talionis right there. Is that he's obligated. He can't sit around and wait. He is morally obligated to go out and kill the person who killed his father.
Six-fingered man.
Right. But the problem is, what Rosenbaum says, is that the lex talionis started to lose authority when Jesus came along.
Mm-hmm.
And because what Jesus said is
turn the other cheek.
Right, exactly. And he says, if someone were to sue you for your coat, also give them your cloak. And what he was upsetting the lex talionis at that point.
Yeah.
Because it undermined it.
Because the lex talionis didn't speak to our higher selves; it spoke to our base selves, like the justice, of it all. But there's another part of us, which is the higher self, which is that what I was sort of talking about, the way out, where you find empathy, for that person, and that is truly the way out. It really is. I mean, in my experience, it is.
Yeah. And in Romans 12, Rosenbaum says in the New Testament, it also says, quote, "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord." So it's like,
it's the
you
Lord's
personally,
job.
Right. The Lord, like Don Corleone, will go out there and take care of the vengeance. You personally shouldn't be.
Right. We're talking about karma or whatever. That natural retaliation. Yeah, I'm down. I mean, obviously we've taken that one to heart because that's how the world is run, turning the other team.
Well,
but yeah, I'm down with that, man. I mean, this isn't working.
Yeah.
This isn't working.
Well, I mean, this is why, like, a lot of, coming into the Middle Ages and probably into the, 1700s, when city-states became, or nation-states became important. A lot of them outlawed blood feuds, outlawed dueling.
Yeah.
All these things that were personal revenge because they wanted people. It was like, wait a second, we're the government. We're supposed to decide what's wrong and right. And you shouldn't be going out and just killing each other to settle your personal arguments.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've grown so far. So far. I mean, wasn't the Iraq war basically revenge in a weird, bizarre way at the Afghanistan war? And then the Iraq war, wasn't that just revenge for the towers? I mean, that was the...
Yeah.
Nobody really knows why we fought that war. I mean, I guess it was oil. I don't know.
I don't know what it was.
Nobody does.
Like, I want to talk about something else, and that is redirected aggression. And in the book Payback, Why We Retaliate, Redirect Aggression, and Take Revenge, David Barash and Judith Lipton say this is a situation where, quote, Tom goes after Dick, who responds by going after Harry, who had nothing to do with the initial problem at all.
Okay, I didn't listen to any of that because it had Harry Dick in it. That's all I could think.
We're back to that.
I'm sorry. Can you go again? This is like this is like logic class. If P, then Q. Okay, try it again. I'm sorry.
No, so this is another. I'll give you. I'll paraphrase it. This is where someone is injured or wronged,
right?
But instead of going after the person who wronged them to get revenge, they go after somebody else who's not even related to.
Yeah. You're just so pissed off at being cut off in traffic that you do something,
right,
to somebody else. You pass it on.
Exactly. That's what they called it. They called it pain passing behavior.
Yes.
Which is also called triggered displaced aggression.
Yeah, that's like, isn't the lay person's version of that I'm having a bad day? So you're having a bad day, which justifies you being a dick to the cashier at the grocery store.
Right,
Who did nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they say that usually, like in road rage, which you brought up, is the person who causes a road rage or who does the road rage.
Yeah.
They're usually primed already to explode at whatever happens.
Right. Something else has happened. There's something real deep down that's going on. That's that this is just the excuse for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to have robot cars really soon. They're already here in LA. Today I had one. This is so weird. I backed out of my driveway and the guys were cutting down the trees in my yard and they were trying to say something to me and I couldn't understand what they were saying. So I double parked my car on my street and the street is very narrow. And there was a robot car that just waited patiently behind me. Well, I went and spoke to him and then and I didn't even realize that. I saw, God. And then I got in it and we all went off and nothing happened. Now, if that had been a person,
Yeah.
They would have laid on the horn, and then I would have gotten pissed because I'm doing the best I can under the circumstances. You know what I mean? I wonder what's going to happen to us when the cars are gone, because they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
There's no question in my mind. It's on. The countdown's on.
Was there someone in the car? The
No.
robot car?
No.
See, I wonder what's that robot car doing driving around by itself?
They drive around constantly because that way they're always, roving so that they can then be available. It's so weird, man.
Yeah. I wonder if someone was in there, if it would have known, like, I got to lay on the horn, and like some robot voice kind of, move it, fucker, or something like that.
Isn't it crazy though? I mean, it would have been a whole situation, and it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just patient. It can wait it out. The robot.
It's like, well, what do I'm a machine. I don't give a shit.
Do you remember when we did our show years ago, we talked about this incident, but there was an incident where you beeped your horn at somebody.
Oh. This is I had gone into the Wells Fargo bank to do some transaction. So that's how long ago this was. I went into a bank. I came out, and there was a guy leaving the parking lot and trying to turn left on Fairfax at rush hour. And if Fairfax is a big street in LA, it's at least 4 lanes, maybe even 6.
Yeah.
And there's no way in hell you're going to turn left ever. But you're definitely not going to do it during rush hour. Right. There's no way. And then there is a small every now and then, like somehow some butterfly that moved in China, it ricochets. So there's one little gap on a 4-lane to make the left. And the guy opened up his glove box right when that gap happened. And I was just like furious. I was like, fuck, that was the gap for the day. That was the one time today that you were going to be able to make a left on Fairfax. So I tapped the horn, and he reacted crazily and drove off, cutting people off, and turned left. And I was just like, fuck. And so I turned right, and the guy, I saw in my rearview mirror, he did a U-turn and came right up on me. Right up. And I was stuck at a stoplight, and he got out, and he was like crazed, and he goes, don't ever fucking not honk at me again. And he's pounding on my side window, and the window's going in, and I'm terrified. Yeah. I'm just terrified. And the guy gets back in his car and drove off. But the guy, who knows what that guy went through that day. Yeah. This is where you got to invent a way to find empathy, because that guy scared the hell out of me. And from my point of view, I'd done nothing wrong. I was giving him a tap, not a honk, not a fuck you horn. It was like a, hey, here it is. But in his view, he had a horrible day.
Yeah, but God he was primed, like Barash and Lipton say, he was primed to respond where something that normally wouldn't have bothered him.
Yes,
sent him over the edge.
I mean, now Wells Fargo and a bunch of checks had bounced. And then he went out to leave and to get out of there, and he didn't have his sunglasses, and opened up his glove box, and the sunglasses weren't there, and then some dickhead honked at him.
Yeah.
And that was enough for him to kill me. If that window had been open, he would have pulled me out of that car.
Well, now he'd probably pull out a gun and come after you. Yeah. I think, like 20 years later.
I'm very passive driver now. I let everybody. You can do whatever. Pee all over me.
You pretend to be a robot.
Yeah, I do. I don't want any trouble from anybody.
But that's a perfect example of that priming of the road rage.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
it is.
I had a situation in France one time. I'd gone out drinking at a bar that we normally didn't drink, with a friend of mine from England and a friend of mine from America. We were both in there. And a guy came in all bloody, like he had had his ass kicked, like somebody had stabbed him. And the guy came into the bar, and and he was bleeding everywhere. And my friend from America just kept asking, like, Rob, what's going on? What's going on?
Oh my God.
And,
Do I know this friend?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't.
All right.
But he kept saying, like, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? And I kept, and the guy kept saying enculé, which in French means go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And I said to my friend, I go, he's telling you to go fuck yourself. So just drop it. Just drop it. He just got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And my friend wouldn't let it drop. And suddenly the guy just flew across the bar, like trying to get at my friend. And I knew it was coming. So I played dumb. I stood up like when the guy was coming so that it didn't seem like I was confronting the guy, but I got in the guy's way to kind of
diffuse it.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And finally the guy's friends got him and hustled him out of the bar. But that's another example where this guy had his ass kicked. And then to get even wasn't to go back and get revenge on the guy who did. He was going to get it on somebody else to try to save his own face out of that.
I feel like that's most of what we do. We just pass on our bad feelings to each other.
Yeah. It's Barash and Lipton talk about it's pain passing, meaning you feel bad and you have to get rid of that bad feeling. So you do something to somebody. It could be to the person who hurt you, or it could be to somebody,
anybody,
entirely unrelated.
I just feel like that's what we do all the time.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, all right. So
I'm depressed.
Well, let's try to bring it back.
Revenge on you for doing this episode.
Oh no.
You're never gonna know it though.
Oh, I'll be like, really? That episode? I don't remember that episode. So again, why did humans develop these feelings for revenge? And so, because this is an anthropological show, we're going to look at it from an evolutionary standpoint.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Was there some advantage in our prehistoric ancestors getting pissed off and wanting to take revenge on other people? So the first one, there's a few different reasons that people have theorized.
Okay.
In the book Beyond Revenge, The Evolution of the Forgiveness Instinct, psychologist Michael McCullough states, he argues that the capacity for revenge must be a universal human trait because natural selection specifically crafted it for its ability to help humans' ancestors to solve social problems.
I totally agree. I totally agree. If somebody cuts one of your tribesmen's eye out, you got to, that guy's got to do something. We've got to show the tribe that you can't just go around cutting people's eyes out.
Right, exactly. So that's what McCullough says. He says the first possible adaptive advantage of revenge was to deter the initial aggressor from harming us again.
Yeah.
So that's what you were saying there.
Right.
It's like someone does something wrong to us. We got to go back and show them, don't do it again.
Yeah.
Don't do it again.
And everybody else sees that too and knows that they shouldn't do it.
Right. That's the second possible adaptive function, he says, is that if you are known as a person or group that takes revenge on those who hurt you, then that may deter other people from trying to take advantage of you.
Right.
So, again, that's what you're saying. You don't want to appear like an easy mark.
I'm like an anthropologist now. I feel like I need to get some honorary.
I know.
Like an associate's. Can I get an associate's in anthropology or something? I see what you can do.
We need to find some like community college that will give us like honorary AA degrees. We'll do the full. We'll give you the full gown and everything.
Oh my God! I'll wear the pointy hat, the weird hat, but the one that's like a crown kind of whatever.
Oh
that
yeah,
one is. I want that one.
Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, those PhDs got the good stuff.
They do. They know how to do it. They work it.
The third possible adaptive reason for revenge, McCullough says, is that it coerced people to cooperate.
Yeah.
Who would otherwise take advantage of other people's hard work without pitching in themselves.
Right.
So this is a situation where someone within your own group is not pitching in entirely.
Yeah. If you're the grasshopper while the ants are working, you're not getting any food, motherfucker.
Right. Because if everyone cooperates, then we all benefit from it. But if you're the one person who doesn't cooperate and everybody else is cooperating, then you're getting everything for free. So they can take advantage, or take revenge on you.
This sounds like you sound like a socialist to me.
I don't know.
You anthropologist.
So I want to talk about something that's very interesting, and that's the biology of revenge, because now we've talked about the evolutionary reason.
Yeah.
And for years, people have for centuries and millennia, people have thought, well, people take revenge because it kind of like gives them an outlet for what they were feeling. But no one had ever really looked at what the actual physical process was of revenge. Until in 2004, neuroscientists Dominique de Quervain, Ernst Fischbacher, and others released an article titled "The Neural Basis of Altruistic Punishment."
Wow, that's not that long ago.
I know.
This is new science. Recent. Is this like CT scans and stuff? Like
exactly.
Yeah.
They did PET scans on people. All right. So they did, and then they played a game. So they hooked a person up to a PET scan.
Ugh.
And then they played a game in which two players can double their money if they cooperate with each other. Or one player can take all the money and increase it 5 times if they screw over the other player.
Uh-huh.
And in that case, the person who was screwed over had the opportunity to punish the player who had screwed them over.
Oh, Jesus. What did they do? They have like shock collars or something? Like, what did they do?
No, it was just thinking about it. It was just thinking about it.
I see. Oh, right. You don't need to. Yeah.
And what de Quervain and his group were trying to determine was what happens in the brain when the player who was cheated is thinking about getting revenge.
Cortisol. I'm guessing cortisol. Flooded cortisol in the front lobe. Am I close?
You are close.
Really?
You are close. So what they found was that just contemplating revenge activated the dorsal striatum and the caudate nucleus, which are the parts of the brain that are motivated by anticipated rewards.
God damn it. I hate that dorsal thing.
So what they found was they concluded that, quote, people derive satisfaction from punishing norm violations, and that activation in the dorsal striatum reflects the anticipated satisfaction from punishing defectors.
Wow, we're wired.
Right.
We're wired.
Right.
God, so we have no hope. We're screwed.
Well, I don't know if we're screwed, but the thing is, it's what happens is, if we're wronged by someone, we feel bad. And simply by thinking about getting revenge activates the reward part of our brain and makes us feel better.
Oh, God. Oh. So this is what's happening on the internet. This is what's happening in social media. Somebody says something, you say something, they say something, you say. Each side is getting a little bit of a reward from their dark, fucked up brain.
Right, because you feel bad. And it's similar to, remember when we talked about in our gambling episode, we talked about the anticipation that you might win.
Right. That's the thing. That's the rub there, not whether you win or not.
Right. It's more satisfying to think that you could possibly win. Yeah. It's kind of the same with revenge. Thinking about revenge makes you feel better. But the thing is, in the book, The Science of Revenge, Understanding the World's Deadliest Addiction, James Kimmel says he relates it to an addiction. Okay. And so what he says is that hit that you get when you feel that you're going, you're anticipating getting revenge on somebody.
Yeah.
It doesn't last. Just like you were saying with cortisol or dopamine or whatever. There's an initial rush that you get that makes you feel better. But to get that rush again, you have to keep feeling that. You have to keep reliving that over and over again.
Yeah, and that's exactly what cyberbullying is, is that and doxing and all that. It's just a playground for all of that because you're allowed to be anonymous too, which makes it even crazier.
Yeah. It's similar to the fact that, like, when someone says something back to you on the internet, you don't know them or whatever, but it makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
So you want to get rid of that pain because obviously we as a species don't want to feel. We as organisms don't want to feel pain.
Right.
And so then you fantasize about getting revenge, like you were talking about in the shower.
Yeah.
And so you get that rush, but then after a while, like with any drug or with any rush,
That's not enough.
It's not enough after a while.
Mm.
And therefore you go out and you act upon it, for example.
Yeah.
But it's never going to be as satisfying as what you
It's a dead end street from the get-go. You're screwed from the get-go. It's never going to satisfy.
Like with any drug, it's never going to be as good as that first rush, you know?
Yeah.
And so he also, what's interesting about Kimmel's book is he notes that forgiveness will also make you feel good when you feel you've been wronged. And this is kind of what you were talking about, John, earlier. And he says, forgiveness is part of our brain's biological pain management and revenge control system.
Mm.
And from an evolutionary standpoint, Kimmel says, forgiveness may have evolved to, quote, as a means for humans to avoid the high risks and costs of revenge seeking and to preserve valuable relationships.
Yeah, it's like a back door out of that loop, you know, and you can escape through that. But it seems so mamsy-pamsy and wimpy and all of those things. But if you do it, it's the thing that works, though. It's the only thing that works.
Right.
It's crazy. It's so counterintuitive.
And he said what I thought was great for him is he says that it's a way, forgiveness is also a way, just like revenge is, of relieving the pain. But he says the person who receives the benefit from forgiving is you.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not the other person.
Yeah, it's not about doing something for them. It's about doing something for you. But it has to be authentic for it to work on you. So they reap the benefits too. But they don't even ever have to know.
That's what Kimmel said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said, John. He says that you could forgive them without, I mean, they may still feel bad about something they did to you or whatever, but you could forgive them without even telling them.
Yeah.
And you're getting that pain relief, that emotional pain relief.
I think people feel like forgiving means you're giving a part, you're losing a part of yourself. You're just wimping out. You're just surrendering. And but if you boil it down to what's effective in terms of getting through life and just forget about the morality, it's the most effective thing. But it has to be authentic. You have to really forgive them. That's the thing.
Or let it, or like you were saying, let it go or something.
Yeah.
But I think people always feel like, well, people are taking advantage of me.
Yeah.
I'm not standing up for myself.
Yeah.
And there are times when you need to stand up for yourself. But
they're a lot rarer than you think.
Yeah.
You know, that standing up for yourself thing is not very, I don't know. The percentages aren't high in your favor.
Right. Or you go too far and then you, like as we mentioned before, you end up in jail, for example, for something that was ridiculous. You know?
Or you're wrong. And it wasn't a situation where you should have stood up, you know, you're just, you misunderstood, which happens a lot.
Yeah. Well, I think you see it a lot when, like you'll see where people, they pull out a gun and go after the cashier at a fast food restaurant or something just ridiculous. And you're just obviously you felt like you were cheated. You feel bad, but just you got to step back. You got to step back away from it. Nobody should die over a hamburger. You know what I mean?
But once you're flooded, once you're that red, it's just like, it's not like there's a lot you can do. Sometimes you get the gift of not reacting, you know, and I don't know where that comes from. Like a pause, like sometimes I'll pause and go, wait a minute, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll realize it later, you know, hey, I could have hit a reply all to that email and I didn't, you know? But it doesn't ever feel like it's my choice in the moment. In the moment, I'm flooded and I'm just wounded and I want to fucking kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the evolutionary. standpoint.
It's deep.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
so John, we have a little bit of time left. I just want to discuss a few examples of revenge from literature and film because you brought it up. It's like revenge is like one of the major themes of all literature, all film.
Yes, it's huge. I would say it's bigger than the romance. It's the biggest theme there is, I think. Man versus man.
Yeah, or we want to see again. We feel pleasure seeing someone get revenge on a villain, even if that villain hasn't done something directly to us.
Right. We love it.
So it's still that emotional satisfaction or that brain satisfaction. But now that we've talked about the law of Talion, which is like a just revenge,
right?
I'm going to read off a few examples from literature and just get your thoughts now that you know a little bit more about revenge as to whether this was just or not.
Okay.
And I just want to say, too, it's funny how a lot of revenge stories are also tragedies.
Yeah.
Because, again, that says something about revenge.
Yeah. There's a part of us that knows revenge isn't going to do it.
Right. And it's going to sometimes make it worse.
Yeah.
Sometimes make it worse. Yeah. So here, the first one, Shakespeare's Hamlet, which is probably the greatest revenge story of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Hamlet's father tells Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, to seek revenge on his uncle Claudius, who murdered Hamlet's father, made himself king, and married Hamlet's mother, Gertrude. And Hamlet, throughout the plays, really got, the law of Talion says he must go and kill his uncle and get revenge on him. But the whole play is kind of Hamlet hemming and hawing, like,
to be or not to be, to do or not to do,
right.
Yeah. Right. What should do I have to do this? Is this the right thing?
Right. Yeah. And so by the end, Hamlet has mistakenly killed Polonius, who's Claudius's advisor.
By accident.
He killed Laertes, who was Polonius's son, who was trying to get revenge on Hamlet for killing his father.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And Ophelia, his love interest, has drowned herself, possibly committed suicide.
Yeah.
Because when she finds out, she's also Polonius's daughter.
She should have gotten herself to a nunnery.
Yeah, exactly. Gertrude, Hamlet's mother, has drunk poison that was intended for Hamlet, and then he finally kills Claudius and then dies himself. So, correct use of the law of Talion, was that just...
No, it was just a mess. Romeo and Juliet, the same thing. It's like, God, yeah, no, of course not.
All right.
He's pointing out what a on an ineffectual path it is. It doesn't take you home.
Yeah, it's nobody. Everybody. It's just fucked up at the end.
Yeah,
like
and
the
it
whole
doesn't
thing
feel
is
good either. There's no good thing that comes from it, and yet we're wired for it.
Yeah. Okay. So Hamlet, no, I'll write that one down.
Yeah, no for Hamlet for sure.
Death Wish. Do you remember the movie Death Wish? So,
the quarters in the sock. Is that the one where he put the quarters in the sock?
I don't know.
Okay.
In 1974, Charles Bronson starred in the movie Death Wish. He played an architect in New York whose wife is killed and his daughter sexually assaulted by 3 muggers.
Yeah.
And they make a point of saying he was a conscientious objector during the Korean War. He then gets a gun and goes out and just starts walking the streets of New York, killing all muggers.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he starred in Death Wish 2 in 1982. The same architect moves to Los Angeles with his daughter.
Oh, I think that's where the sock is.
Is it?
In LA, I believe.
Yeah. And his daughter then is killed. His daughter, I don't want to laugh, but his daughter is killed and his housekeepers are killed by a gang. And this time he goes after the gang and kills all the gang members. Death Wish 3 in 1985, same architect is back in New York killing gang members after traveling the country killing gang members.
Oh, he's just at this point, he's a serial killer, basically.
He is
right?
a serial
Yeah.
Death Wish 4, The Crackdown in 1987. Jesus. Same characters back in Los Angeles killing drug dealers this time.
Wow.
And finally, Death Wish 5, The Face of Death in 1994. Same architect, back in New York, where his fiancée is killed by her mobster ex-husband, and Charles Bronson kills the mobsters who killed her. So
the craziest thing is Charles Bronson as an architect. I mean, that's the thing. I'm just like, what? I don't see that. Do you?
No, I don't.
That's a huge flaw.
Give me my straight edge thingy.
Yeah.
All right, so do you think that was just revenge? I mean,
of course not.
He killed a lot of
just
people.
Revenge, but what a great storied career, Charles Bronson. God.
I love Charles Bronson.
That's reminds me of Billy Jack. Walking Tall, another one.
Get revenge. You got to get revenge.
Justified revenge. Boy, I'll tell you, when I am justified about something, like when I'm actually right about something, that's when I do the most damage in my life. And I'm not kidding. If I'm right and heavily caffeinated, I will destroy you.
No, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah. We love to be righteous. God, we love to be right.
But that's what you're not taking revenge. You're
no.
The justice of it.
Yeah.
The justify.
Yeah.
Animal House. Remember Animal House at the end? They take revenge on the whole town by destroying the I'm surprised they didn't kill anybody in some of the things that they were doing. But
but they they took revenge on everybody. It was them against the world.
Yeah.
That was justified. That one I say, because it was funny.
It was funny. Yeah. I don't know. Does that movie hold up? I don't know if that movie holds up.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Damn, it was funny back in 1978, though.
Yeah, it really was.
The final one I want to bring up, John, is Revenge of the Nerds. It has revenge in the title.
I love it. Genius movie.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We're all nerds. Right. We're the nerds. Right. Everybody's the nerds.
Don't they say that at the end? I'm a nerd.
I'm a nerd. Yeah, it's so true. We're all nerds.
But what I loved about that one is, the jocks from the other frat house had made them feel bad and picked on them.
Yeah.
But what they did is that they used their nerd powers, which was like very sophisticated pranks, and they won the like Greek games or whatever.
Yes, they had a performance at the end that was amazing.
Yeah, but the thing is, they matched. To me, it wasn't like a violent retribution, or they didn't get a gun and go kill anybody.
Oh, yeah, they even got the girls. They
even got
their own date.
They even got the girls. And to me, that Revenge of the Nerds is the best example of the law of Talion, because they matched what the jocks had done to them without taking it further. You know what I mean?
And they showed them how a higher cause. They took the higher road.
Right. It still won.
And they won. But that never happens in real life. Those guys those assholes that are they win. They always win.
Yeah. And that's where people feel like they have to take revenge.
Yeah. But they do win.
All I could say, watch Revenge. When you're feeling bad, watch Revenge of the Nerds.
I bet that holds up. I bet it holds up. I mean, I don't know. I just thought of a couple of scenes. Maybe don't hold up. But anyway.
Overall, I think it probably does.
Wow.
Wow. Remember Booger? Booger was a great character.
Booger. What about one of the head nerds who went on to be an ER?
I know.
Starting a doctor. He became a doctor. He went from nerd to doctor.
Who was it? Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
that's who that was.
Anthony Edwards. That's right. Yeah.
All right, John. So just closing, I want to finish with a famous line, a quote by John Milton.
Whoa.
Milton said, "Revenge At first, though sweet, bitter ear long back on itself recoils.
Yeah.
And Susan Jacoby, in her book Wild Justice, The Evolution of Revenge, says that this is the line that's often misquoted and shortened to simply revenge is sweet.
Yes, but you missed the whole point.
It's the second part.
Yep.
Milton was saying at first it's sweet, but at another point, at a certain point, it's going to recoil and bite you in the ass.
Yeah, you pay the price in the end.
Yeah.
Wow, where's that Milton quote from? Is that Paradise Lost or what?
No, it's some poetry that he wrote.
Yeah, boy, that Milton, he was a nutball. I love that guy.
I know. It's like, all right.
Thank God for Milton. There's only one. We only need one. We got it. Wow. Well, this has been great. This is human number 2 signing off.
And I'm human number 1 saying thank you so much for listening, everybody. And thank you to our listener and friend of the show, Chad, for sending in this fascinating topic. Chad,
so good.
We love you. Thank you for everything. We'll be reaching out to get your mailing details so that we can send you an intro to Anthro thank you package.
That's right.
For
which
sending in
the
this
bracelet, all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Socks? Does he get socks?
It's expanding. Yeah.
Yep.
Now he gets socks as well.
And one of our kidneys. A promise that if we match, if our blood type matches, one of us will donate our kidneys.
Yeah. And again, Chad, just be available sometime in the next 30 years when we reach out to you to do a personal interview with you. All right. So thank you to everyone else. Remember to check out Watson & Company Socks, Puppies Not Piranhas on Etsy, and Media Room and American Karma on Substack. Thank you, everybody. We love you guys. Go get some revenge.
Go get them.